Welcome to the stage, Nvidia founder and CEO, Jensen Huang.
Another glimpse into the power of artificial intelligence at leading California-based tech giant Nvidia's annual conference, GTC. It's Taiwan-born CEO Jensen Huang revealing new and updated AI chips with upgrades to Blackwell microarchitecture.
This is the most extreme scale-up the world has ever done.
And introducing its next AI superchip, the Vera Rubin, set for next year. But stealing the show, a breakthrough in robotics.
Hey, Blue. How are you doing?
This bot, a collaboration with DeepMind and Disney, and a foundation model for humanoids.
I told you the progress of our robotics has been making enormous progress. And today we're announcing that Groot N1 is open sourced.
Thousands of industry reps from around the world flocked to the San Jose event for a first-hand look at Nvidia's new lineup, widely seen as the front line of innovation for the sector.
And being here, I think, really opens your eyes into what's, we're just seeing the very, very tip of the iceberg.
I tried to get into the keynote at the SAP Center today. Couldn't find the end of the line. I was like, I've been to like a Taylor Swift concert. It hasn't been this bad.
But in the stock market, another story. Though Nvidia has become one of the US's hottest stocks thanks to booming AI, it slipped 3% on Tuesday and is down over 20% from its January peak, cutting into its market value by $800 billion US.
Jensen today do a great job just kind of presenting a lot of new products, his visions, a lot of like Nvidia's ecosystem when it comes to AI. But people are worried, well, like you have all this amazing products, amazing ecosystem, but where is the customer? At least for 2025, if you look at the top 4 CSP, the cloud service platform company in the United States, their capex, the capital spending, is actually continuing to increase. At least on that, you couldn't say the demand it's decreasing. But I think the people is worried about like, okay, like beside this 4 CSP giants, like what's the other demand will come from?
As doubts swirl over whether lofty investments in AI will eventually pay off, concerns over the U.S.'s economic outlook under President Donald Trump, another factor hanging over the stock market. But at least for Nvidia, a full-fledged commitment to its vision for a future where AI is everywhere. Eason, Chen, and Joyce Tseng for TaiwanPlus.
As you just heard there from tech competition analyst Ray Wang, exactly where the demand is for these AI products is still unclear. But Nvidia and other tech firms are still betting on them and making their own progress in AI chips. To find out whether this strategy will pay off, Joyce Tseng talked more with Wang.
We're now at least 3 years into this AI boom, which has made stocks like Nvidia's among the hottest on the US market. We just saw Nvidia stock slip after its conference keynote. Where are we now in terms of investor confidence in the sector?
There's a lot of economic uncertainties that mostly caused by the tariffs. People are still like very closely paying attention on what's the Fed gonna do, what's the just broader macroeconomics. I think that's number one thing because it creates a lot of uncertainty that sort of like undermine the market confidence. And the second thing among analysts like us, like the concern we are seeing from the investors is like, hey, like why there's a orders cut on the CoWoS for TSMC, why there's a cut for the orders of GPUs, right? People will start like speculate, well, like is it this AI demand will continue to moving forward?
We're seeing other giants invest in their AI chips. Google is reportedly breaking away from working exclusively with Broadcom on its AI chips and is preparing to work with Taiwan's Mediatek on its next generation. What do you make of this strategy?
So Mediatek, basically is a company, they design chips for not just smartphones, but also for automotive, but also for AIoT and other network technology. The cooperation with Google, it's actually been speculated for quite a while in the market. Part of that, I think Google just thinking about like, oh, like, okay, we work with Broadcom, we work very well, we have great partnership, but we also want sort of like alternative suppliers because you don't want to have just one suppliers because like it will be hard to negotiate a price, right? Mediatek is a very interesting company, right? They are the company, the best IC design company based in Taiwan. But if you look at their revenue portfolio by region, I think 80 to 90% it's actually from China. So a big part of that is from the smartphone, right? They're providing chips to companies like Vivo, Oppo, like Xiaomi. Those phones, like Taiwanese typically don't use, but it's actually they have tons of amount of users in China.
Well, given their sizable customer base in China, what does the US's ongoing tech competition with China mean for Mediatek and its shift towards the AI business, especially now with Trump back in office?
US is actually worried more when it comes to like Mediatek design the chips. Because think about that, like imagine Mediatek if they design the AI chips for China, right? And they are one of the best IC design company. So like if that's the case, like I think that's the thing, like US will have extreme concern. But and right now they just design the chips for the normal smartphone. So it's not I think for now I don't see a major risk for Mediatek. And I'm sure the company, to my understanding, they have been paying very close attention on the regulatory change from the White House or Department of Commerce in Washington.